A number of years ago, I was at a conference for high school students in North Carolina. And one evening, this group that had been asked to come in and sing was leading the entire conference, about 2,000 high school students, in this chorus. And they just kept saying over and over and over again this phrase, I believe, so why worry and fret? I believe, so why worry and fret? Let's think about that for a second. One of my favorite stories of all time is about a man by the name of Blondin. In the 1890s, he strung a tightrope from the Canadian side to the American side over Niagara Falls. And he inched his way all the way over that tightrope to the American side. There were 10,000 people in the crowd watching him make his way across that tightrope. So when he gets to the other side, he yells out and quiets the crowd. He says, I am Blondin. What an ego trip. And so then he said, do you believe? They said, we believe. He said, do you believe? When I go back to the other side, I can carry somebody in this crowd on my shoulders to the Canadian side. We believe. Who will get on my back and let me take them to the other side? The crowd went dead. Finally, one person stepped out, got on his shoulders as he made his way back to the Canadian side, over Niagara Falls. So here's the point of the whole story. Now listen to this. 10,000 people stood on that day shouting, we believe. But only one person out of that whole crowd really believed, was willing to step out of that group, get on the man's back, and trust him to get him to the other side. Now watch this. Believing means giving your life over into the hands of the one in whom you say you believe. In other words, believing is commitment. Churches today are filled with people that call themselves believers, but very few are committed to Christ and to be available to be all He wants them to be and to do all He wants them to do. So let me ask you a few questions. Are you willing to do whatever Jesus wants you to do? Are you willing to be whatever Jesus wants you to be? Are you willing to go wherever Jesus wants you to go? He does not call you to be a nice believer. He calls you to be a committed follower. The Bible says in Matthew chapter 16, beginning at verse 24, Jesus says, if anyone wants to follow in my footsteps, he must give up all right to himself, take up his cross, and follow me. For the man who wants to save his life will lose it, but the man who loses his life for my sake will find it. Let me ask you, are you committed to Jesus like that? You think about that.